Hello again, my retards. So, Unicole, it's been a while. I haven't talked to you in like 2 months. And I want to apologize for our little tete-a-tete with the Lord Stephen Christ. You see, I was flirting with Stephen. Not literally. But I was flirting with a partnership with the Lord. And recent events have made me reconsider who I associate myself with. Now, I don't say anything bad about Lord Stephen. I still respect him, and I still think that he's a great YouTuber, and that he provides a lot of great content. But I admit, I was kind of playing along with the Lord, and I was letting him be very unfair to you. I actually don't care. Well, I do care that you let people pay you for rocks. I think that's retarded. And the holy Hitachi orgasm. But that is not a disqualifier for a debate. And I feel like we didn't actually get to debate. Stephen directed the whole thing, but we didn't get to have a back and forth. So I apologize for that. And I want to invite you to do a one-on-one with just the two of us. I don't think you're going to do it. I think you're probably afraid. But when I look at your channel, I see you don't have a whole lot going on. I would say that as far as YouTube goes, pretty much basically on the same level, although I will say I'm just slightly leveled higher than you. But we're in the same playing field. Why don't we just form a sort of, not alliance, but love-hate relationship? Because I do kind of like you. I admit that. I just don't like the bullshit you spew. And that's why we're going to watch this video. It's called How to Feel Good While the World Falls Apart. I just need to correct you because I feel like you do need some loving guidance, Unicole. You really have no concept of reality whatsoever. And also, I don't think you have a job, but you do just ask people to give you money. So many of your videos where you just ask people to give you money for no fucking reason. One of your video titles is even, Unicole wants a glass of water and your money. That's really subtle. So, I'm going to help you out here. You can be a revolutionary figure. You can even talk about the same stupid shit you're talking about. All you need is to drink some magic Kool-Aid and you'll be revitalized. So I'm going to inject you with a little against your will.
Hello, beloved consumers. Thank you for joining me.
It's really creepy how you always say that.
Unicron.
And by the way, reminder, Unicron is the person who told us all that mental illness is secretly a gift and that mentally ill people are actually just hyper-aware, which means if you think your neighbor is a draconian gang stalker who has been sent to spy on you, you're probably right because you have a high level of awareness.
It is my honor to have your attention. We are entering into a new age. There's a new world that's coming, and it's one...
This has been stated since the 1960s, and probably before that. There's always a new age that we're entering into. Well, let me educate you. We are always entering a new age, constantly. Tomorrow is the dawn of a new age. In fact, 1 hour from now is the dawn of a new age. And a new age just started when I hit record on this video. So, the idea that things are about to change is always true. Things are always about to change. However, if we look at the track record of New Age Aquarian types, such as yourself, we can see that you are always wrong when you predict how things are going to change. I don't think you've ever been correct one time, and I do speak in the plural you, referring to all New Age hacks, such as yourself. You're never correct in any of your predictions, and yet you continue to make them. And even though your predictions are horrifically vague and say pretty much absolutely nothing, they still manage to be wrong. So, maybe some shame, maybe some embarrassment, maybe even some guilt for the shitty advice you're giving would go a long way towards making you a better and more palatable person.
Of open-mindedness and honesty and authenticity and technology and community, and it is everything that we deserve as human beings.
Everything that we deserve as human beings is for a comet to fly out of outer space and wipe this goddamn planet out of orbit, and the rest of us should all freeze and starve to death. That's what we deserve as humans. Because take a look at what we've done to this disgusting world. Take a look at our fucked up society where we force each other to act certain ways, where we force each other to act within gender roles, where we force each other to eat the shit that the government puts in our mouth, to swallow the propaganda, where we have become so mentally ill because we are in denial about the very problems we've caused that the most retarded of us will turn to a Unicron video for advice, and the most retarded of those people will actually give you money. So humanity does not deserve happiness. We don't deserve peace. We don't deserve enlightenment. We have fucked up big time, and you are one of the results of that fuck up, Unicole. You are living in a state of total denial. In fact, your title to this video is proof. How to feel good while the world falls apart? Why would you want to feel good? Why wouldn't you try to correct the destabilization of the world and turn back the corruption and rot that has created this fucked up society in the first place? You don't want to feel good. You need to feel negative. You need to see the problems. You need to work to correct those problems. Being nice to a piece of shit who's fucking up your life in no way is going to solve a problem, okay? You need to eliminate problems, and that requires negativity, criticism, and a skeptical mind. And I have a feeling that at least the negativity part you bury deep inside, but the other two you may be completely lacking in. That's why God has sent me to remind you, you do have potential, and you can save people. You just have to stop being a liar, and stop taking money to orgasm on camera. That's really, really trashy.
In the Unicult, we call this Unitopia. This is
in Unicult. How many people are in your fucking Unicult? You're always talking about this Unicult. What are there, 8 people? Okay, just show me some of the people in your dumbass Unicult. Just because someone watches you come on camera on Sunday Camp Church doesn't mean they're in your cult. It means they want to see your vagina.
Inevitable. Our spiritual progression, along with our technological progression, along with the information that is saturating our culture, is pushing us, somewhat kicking and screaming with some regards, into the light. This is a very uncomfortable time. We're going to ascend duality. We're going to see that there is no separation between us. We're going to really start to realize that we're all one. And
we're not all one. You don't understand that one of the most beautiful aspects of existence is the uniqueness of every single person? How every single person has a different potential and possible use for society? You don't find that to be beautiful? You really have to put us all in this stupid fucking blender and tell us that we're all one, we're all the same, that our emotions don't mean anything because duality is not real? The height of being alive is that thrill of emotion, of the highs and the lows, and seeing the light and the darkness and the beauty and the complexity of existence. That is part of what I believe we're here to experience. But when you tell everyone that there should only be positivity, you're telling them to put their fucking heads in the sand like a bunch of goddamn birds and just wait out the storm. What the hell's wrong with you? People should not ignore reality. You need to embrace it, accept it. That's how you're going to find real happiness. Pretending to be happy is not going to help you at all. All right, let's continue.
Start to feel that pain, and we're going to have to really face all the times that we've hurt people in the past, and we're really going to have to heal through it. This is seriously one of the hardest times to be alive that has ever been known.
Listen, she's gonna tell us this is one of the hardest times to be alive that has ever been known. I don't know. How about the Dark Ages? How about the time when there was the Inquisition literally pulling people apart by drawing and quartering them? How about the time when everyone was being tortured and burnt at the stake for being a witch? How about the Holocaust? Any of those times seem a little bit harder than this time? She's really going to sit here and tell you that your bipolar emotions, because we live in this time of boredom where there's no real adversity, somehow make this the hardest time ever to be alive? You know why you're this way, right? Right? I almost called you Teal. You know why you're this way, right, Nicole? And I'm going to call you Nicole because that's your name. You're this way because you're fucking bored. You don't have any adversity. Apparently your bills are taken care of. You don't have a real job. You don't have to struggle to survive. And so your brain is just doing cartwheels, trying to create problems where there are none to appease your boredom. And because of this, by the way, that's why you're mentally ill. But because of this, You're going to tell us that we live in the hardest time ever? Really? You're going to look at us with a straight face and tell us that this time is worse than the fucking Dark Ages? Or even the fucking beginning of time, when we had to hunt down our food, make sure our enemies didn't fucking murder our wives and children while we're out doing so? Are you retarded?
Because if we were just born into a life that was the same as our grandparents' life, same as our parents' life, and when everything is accepted without question,
you're shitting out your mouth.
It's not that difficult to just get by. You might feel a little bit rebellious at times, but when there's such a strict confine of...
Another completely inaccurate statement. Do you really think everything was accepted 50, 60 years ago? Do you not live in the same planet as the rest of us? Things are much more accepted now than they were 50 or 60 years ago. It's not like people are reacting so harshly against you because we live in this time of complete and utter persecution of any ideas that are different. The only reason you're allowed to spew this shit is because we've become so lax in what we let people fucking say. If this were the 60s, you probably would have been lobotomized for spreading this bullshit. I'm not saying that's right, but I am saying that your facts are totally wrong.
Reality around a group of people, around somebody, and there's not really a lot of options for existing outside of it, then you end up staying in it a lot easier, and you don't feel so conflicted. Maybe you feel a little conflicted, but the amount of confliction is a lot less.
You don't know what you're talking about. You didn't live as people 50 or 60 years ago. You're gonna tell me it was easier for them because they had all of these rigid social roles? It's actually harder for them because they had to hide who they really were. And you know what? Maybe hiding who you really are is actually not that bad of a thing. Maybe some people, such as yourself, would stand to benefit from doing that. Because who you really are is someone who doesn't know shit.
Than where we're at right now.
Pretend to be smart and don't spew this crap.
Now, which is a reality where anything is possible.
Anything is not possible. For instance, it's not possible for anyone to take you seriously. Take a look at your cult. If anything is possible, why don't you have millions of followers? Why aren't you rich? If those things are all possible, why don't we even see the beginning steps of that happening for you? And we're supposed to believe anything's possible? No.
Into any conspiracy whatsoever, you've been like, wow, we're being lied to. Wow,
you're lying.
In a corrupt system.
Well, actually, you're not lying. You're just uneducated and ignorant.
Wow, we're living in an unsustainable way. All these things are true. And we are going right now through the age of cynicism.
Oh, okay. You call it the age of cynicism? So, the Dark Ages were not the age of cynicism? Are you kidding me? When we burnt witches, not the age of cynicism? How about when the Roman Empire fucking steamrolled every goddamn country that they could? That's not the age of cynicism? What the fuck's wrong with you? You don't even know what you're talking about, do you?
This really heavy...
This is some hardcore bullshit, everyone. She has really worked this shit into a perfect sculpture.
Way of...
Don't make sculptures out of poop.
Never feeling like everything's really fucked up. It is.
It's fucked up, and you're a result.
Is absolutely entitled. It's appreciated. It's value. It's true. It has a place. It's a step in the direction that we're headed.
But you said it's not.
But what's really,
you said it's not
really
valuable.
Important.
You're contradicting yourself. You tell people that they should ignore all of those negative thoughts and emotions and only focus on the positive. So, do you even realize that you have completely contradicted yourself?
We do have the cynicism of, the world that is corrupt and soon to be falling apart.
Let's see who's here in 60 years. Will Unicole be here? Or will the world? I'm going to place my bets on the world. I don't think it's going to fall apart. At least, if it does fall apart, your little scam is going to fall apart long before the world does. Okay, Unicole?
That we change that cynicism into hopefulness. And in that hopefulness that we have solutions.
What are your solutions?
Now, each and every one of us has a different connection to the world. We each have our different passions and our different specific techniques that or specific aspects of ourselves that we're really good at, doing things, or
But we don't all have those things, Unicole, because we're all one. Another blatantly hypocritical statement on your part where you completely contradict your own ideology. For a cult leader, you need to get your shit together because you can't stay on point. And for that reason, we're going to be done with this video. I'm going to let you apply some healing ointment to your butthole because I think I just ripped it pretty good. Alright? So we're going to move on to the next video. And don't forget, you need to give this video a thumbs up unless you're in Unicult. Okay? I'll see you guys on the other side of the break.